Hello, my name is Jonathan Wayne Freeman. I've been a guest on many podcasts, although I've never hosted one. I wanted to get a celebrity, someone very, very special, someone, at least C level, maybe B level, maybe A level, but that didn't happen. So instead, we have Tracy, who is a friend of my wife's. I've known Tracy for quite some time. In fact, at my wedding, she volunteered to be the What was your title?
I think I was the event planner.
The event planner.
Yeah.
And have you found love in the past 12 years since my wedding? I found love. Have you found love?
I have not found love.
Oh, that's terrible.
No.
Before we get started, I'd like to everyone to know we're sponsored by a little company called Wendy's. They're a fast food chain and they make great stuff. Very fast service. Delicious coffee. So where are you from originally?
I am from LA.
Could you be more specific?
I'm from Glendale, California.
Glendale, California.
Yes.
Yeah. I know quite a bit about Glendale. I used to work in the area.
Really?
Are you familiar with
Where?
the Armenians?
Yes, I can speak Armenian actually.
I don't believe that.
Arat butskunemkez.
Shabakhel.
Just saying.
Is that really true?
Inche satsum, inche sanum.
And that's from high school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ara.
You want to buy
Ara.
some diesel jeans, bro?
Ara means I think what?
I don't know.
Ara. What?
Oh, wow. Did you ever date any Armenian boys?
I don't think so. But some of my best friends are Armenian for sure.
Really?
Yes.
Me too. I
Yes.
met some awesome.
And I love the Kardashians.
Yes.
Just
I don't know
kidding.
if it's okay to say Armos, but I've been around Armenian.
No.
Oh, is that?
Well, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Anyways, Glendale's primarily an Armenian community. This
Yes.
is where you're from.
Yes.
And do you have brothers or sisters?
Yes, I have 2 brothers and a sister.
You have 2 brothers and a sister.
A half brother and a half sister and a full blood younger brother.
Okay.
So we all have the same dad.
Is there anything off topic that you're not comfortable talking about?
I'll let you know as soon as you bring it up.
Okay. All right. So the reason I wanted to have you here as a first guest on my show is because you are an open book. I've always thought that. I've been to Costa Rica with you and you've said things. I've heard things come out of your mouth that I've never heard come out of anyone's mouth.
Any woman's mouth before?
I was going to say woman. Can we say any
I think
human
so.
being?
Uh-huh.
Okay. So I'm just curious, just off the start, were you ever married?
Well, do you think that we should let everybody know how we know each other first? I met Gigi at the beach in San Clemente.
Are you hosting the show? Or am I hosting?
Sorry.
No, please.
Okay.
You can do better.
Well, I just wanted to give people
you're
a
a big
history.
star. You're a big star. Go ahead.
So I met Gigi at the beach. Do you remember?
Gigi is my wife.
Yeah, Gigi is John's wife. And Gigi and I were at the beach. We were going surfing. And she came over to me and she's like, do you have any wax? And I was like, well, who's this beautiful surfer woman?
She's a sweetheart.
And so then we became friends. And then, so she wasn't dating you at the time.
No.
You were not in the picture. But no, actually, I think you guys hooked up in the past and then.
And by hooked up.
Or I don't even know if you hooked up, but you had a crush. She had a crush on you. So I knew who you were. And she always kind of had a crush on you. So then, so I was friends with Gigi and then you guys kind of reconnected. And
That's true.
And here we are.
And I met you, the first time I met you, I thought this sweet little angel woman I want to marry, who was a virgin. Did you know my wife was a virgin when we got married? Yeah, she'd never had adult relations. Are you a virgin?
I am not a virgin.
You're not a virgin.
No. Not anymore.
That's okay. That's okay. So you didn't wait for marriage because you've never been married.
No. Yeah.
Wow. That's
obviously
interesting. So have you been in some long-term relationships?
I have.
Yeah.
I think.
I guess I always wondered how you two became friends because I would say you are opposites.
I know.
You've in your 20s. Did you go to Arizona State?
I went to U of A.
You went to U of A.
I did.
That's for a little bit of a smarter person, right?
I think I actually, Well, I got accepted doing under this program for special ed. Just kidding.
Kids, special
but
people.
I think so. I took this test, but I remember being so hungover, and I took this test. I was kind of doing it on purpose to do bad.
Yeah.
And so I did, and they're like, okay, yeah, she can come in under this special program.
Right. Were you drinking alcohol? When's the first sip you had? Were you drinking in junior high, high school?
So actually, the first time I drank alcohol was in 10th grade.
Ooh.
And the first time I drank alcohol, I got suspended from school for 5 days, and I got kicked off the basketball team, and it was in the newspapers.
Wow.
like in the Glendale High newspaper, because I was like a star. I was like a basketball star.
Oh, you partied? Like you went to a party and got wasted?
No, we like went to this like hillside place and we just decided to drink. So what happened was we drank and then we went back to school.
Yeah.
And then I walked back on campus and then I got caught. They're like, oh, she's drunk. And so then I got in big trouble.
You got in huge trouble.
Yeah.
Okay. So you were an athlete and you went to college to play sports. Am I correct?
No. So I got accepted to the U of A not playing sports. But why were we talking about that?
Because I'm interested. I'm leading it up to something.
Why did I have to tell that story?
I just want to know. You wanted to tell it, I'm letting you tell it. So you go to college and you said you were hungover when you were taking a test to get into college.
Yeah.
You get into college and freshman year, are you into the parties? Do you like the party scene?
Well, yeah, because I was so, I was an athlete and it was a very strict household. So then I went to U of A and then just kind of went buck nuts.
And what's buck nuts?
Buck nuts is just, a lot of parting and, no parents telling you when to be home or not. So I think everybody does that. You graduate from high school and you go to college and you go crazy. Did you didn't
There's
do that?
levels to the game. When you say partying, that means I think it means different things to different people. To some people, it could mean I had a couple beers and got a little buzz, or it means I love drugs and sex and partying and I love the devil and I go deep down the rabbit hole. So which one were you? Were you a gothic girl?
We went deep down the rabbit hole.
She went deep down the rabbit hole.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So
but we don't need to get into details on it.
We don't need to get into details on it, but you partied pretty hard. Did you graduate college? I
actually had to come home from U of A because things got a little shaky. So I had to come home.
Okay.
And then I came home and then I can tell you this on the podcast because I feel like as of now I'm doing pretty good.
It's a safe place.
You know what I mean? So I went to U of A and I had to come home and then my parents had to send me to rehab. So I had to go to rehab. Yeah. Then I, got sober and I was in AA and then I went back to San Diego State.
That's a good call. So if
you graduated from San Diego State.
If you go to rehab and you get sober, the school the first choice would obviously be San Diego State because not a party school at all.
Yeah. And I was 25. I was totally old.
Oh, you were a little older.
I was old. Yeah.
That's a very important part of the story.
Well, yeah, I had to go to rehab. I lived in this recovery home for 8.5 months.
Shut it.
You know what? Let me give you something first.
You're going to give me something. Okay.
I have something for you.
All right.
I actually have something for you. I need you to read this.
It better not be a picture like some kind of blackmail thing.
Go ahead. Read that first.
This license agreement dated as of there. It's blank.
You're supposed to write the date.
I don't have to write anything. Yeah. 2021 is hereby entered into me by me and Tracy Young. I will get Tracy's approval on everything I want to post on to my social media following.
That's number one.
Number one. I will be nice to Tracy and try as hard as I can not to throw her and her reputation into the toilet. What do you think your reputation is, Tracy?
I don't know.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
I will get a real job that provides constant income and insurance for my wife and children soon. Oh, ha ha. We got a little funny girl. That's hilarious, Tracy. Well,
do you need a pen?
No, I don't. I'll think about it.
Do you need a pen?
I'll think about this. Listen.
I just wanted to, just make sure that we're all good. Yeah. I feel like we're going deep into my dark secrets right now, and that's what I didn't want.
Full disclosure, I had a real job. It sucks having a real job. It's 2021. You can make your way. You can make all sorts of income. Do all sorts of things if you're a creative, fun, talented guy like me.
Is it paying the bills?
Well, obviously. Otherwise, I wouldn't have quit my job. And I have a neck beard. Is it paying the bills? Okay. You think my wife's
I don't know what you guys are doing over there.
Man, you're unreal. Let's get back to you. Did you see how she distracted from everything?
Yeah, we need to.
So you graduate college. Did you fall in love in college? Did you find anybody?
No. In college, you're open up to all these people. So there was a lot of guys.
Were you open up to all these people? How? What do you mean by that? There was just
all sorts of dudes everywhere. U of A is very heavily fraternity, sorority based. Sure. So there was, a lot of fraternity guys walking around.
Sure.
And so I liked some of them. But did I have a relationship with any of them? No. Yeah.
You were just open up to a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense to me. So you graduate. Yeah. And what do you major in?
Sociology.
Oh, fun. So that's why you understand people so well, right?
Maybe.
The study of humans?
I think I cheated the whole time, but whatever.
Well, dirty secret. A lot of us do cheat in
college
college and high school. Not that it's right, but it happens.
It happens.
So you end up going into the working world and your first serious relationship, who don't say the name, but how long does it last?
Well, I had a serious boyfriend in high school. Does that count?
No,
like I have
that
a
doesn't
first
count.
I guess it does. You know, we text each other every birthday for the last like 35 years.
Hey, newsflash, text didn't exist when they were in high school. They didn't even have pagers. So I'm just saying, you're a woman of a particular age. What are you?
45.
45.
45, yeah.
Are you 45?
I am. I'm 45. Sure? I'll be 46 in August.
So you're still on the right side of 40. No, for your information, I don't think high school counts, but that's nice.
Okay, well, I'm just telling you, I had a meaningful relationship in high school, and it was my first love. Everybody has their first love. Do you have a first love?
Do you think it was really love?
I think it was.
Then why didn't you guys get married now?
Well, because you change. You grow up and you change.
But don't you change together if it's real love? Haven't you seen The Princess Bride?
Oh, well,
True Love?
So I think I broke up with him.
You broke up
Yeah,
with
you're
him.
right. I got over it.
Okay, so you were over it.
Yeah.
You like the bad guys? You like the bad dudes? He was too nice?
Well, you know, my taste, I guess my taste hasn't changed that much. But, you know, back then, I just, you know, I would go out with somebody and then I don't know, I just get like over it.
Yeah, and there is one requirement that you have for any man. Why don't you go ahead and share that?
Well, I prefer a guy who's taller than I am.
And how tall are you?
I'm like 6 foot with shoes on.
Okay, you say prefer. That is not true. That is a hard and fast rule that you stick to.
Yes.
And you've said it many times. They have to be over 6 foot. Yes. Otherwise, you throw them in the toilet.
I've dated guys shorter than me, but it's not something I want.
What if he's got everything else?
I don't care.
Everything.
Maybe if I was attracted to him, but probably not.
What if he's 5'6", but
I doubt it. No, thank you.
Beef.
I don't care.
He can do it all.
I don't care.
You don't care?
No.
That's so lame. That's so ridiculous.
I don't think it's lame because, okay, so say Gigi had like black hair and she was like 7'2".
That's stupid. That's
not stupid.
There's not
it's the same thing.
It's not the same thing.
Yes, it is.
There's not that many 7'2" women walking around. In fact, if there is, they're in the Guinness Book of World Records.
Okay, what if she was like 4'1"?
I'd be cool with that. Take her for a spin. You know what I'm saying? We could get along.
Oh my God.
I'm serious. What do you mean, bleh? Bleh. Don't say things like that. Okay, that's not making me feel good.
Exactly.
So your first love as an adult, who was, tell me, don't name the name, but how long does this last, the relationship?
Well, I did go out with a guy and we dated for like 3.5 years.
3.5 years? Okay.
Yeah.
Any talk about marriage or anything like that?
No, because I don't think that, I figured that it probably wouldn't work out. He has a bunch of issues, but he's probably listening right now. So like, I don't know if I want to say too
You don't
much.
have to say anything, but was he aware that you were a wild child in college? And like, was he okay with that? Or did you present yourself as like the belle of the ball?
Yeah, well, I don't even party anymore. Okay. So that's like the point of the story is, I had like a rough, high school, college, but like now I'm sober and not like sober, but like, I don't like drinking.
Sober, when you say the word, it actually means sober. So kind of, if sober is like, that's like dead or mostly dead.
There's like program sober. And then there's just like people who choose not to, drink.
And just as a side note, I went to some AA meetings and you made fun of me for it. You said,
you say that, but
like,
I didn't make fun of you.
As if I didn't have a big enough a problem.
You said, guess what? I'm going to AA. And what did I say?
You clowned me. You're like, that's bullshit. Like, what? You suck dick for crack, John? What's your deal?
Okay, maybe I thought it was a joke at first.
No, it was very
But then
serious.
I was genuinely happy for you because I was like, oh, well, like if John wants to get sober, like that's really cool. And then what did I give you?
Advice. I think I give
you the Alcoholics Anonymous book?
Did you give that book to me?
I think I did.
I don't know. I lost it. I do not sniff the coke. I only smoke Sinsemilla.
Yeah.
It's true. No, I don't. I don't smoke weed that much.
So you don't attend AA anymore? What happened?
No, but I learned a lot. We're back to what's going on here. But I've been sober for a minute.
Yeah. So anyways,
the point is,
my boyfriend at the time, yes. I was, actually, shoot, no, that's not true. Oh, sick. No, actually, I did drink with him because I kind of felt a little uneasy in our relationship.
Yeah.
He has some serious issues.
Okay.
And you want to know something?
Yeah.
Guess who texted me last night?
Him.
Yeah.
You think he's trying to get back in there?
Probably, because he probably broke up with his girlfriend. So he's like, oh, well, see what Tracy's doing.
So let's go back to this. Did you ever go to those clubs where everyone dresses in black and it's like a crazy kind of club where they play techno music and it's kind of gothic, like a sex club?
No gothic.
You ever went to any of that?
No, I never did the goth
I'm glad
thing.
to hear that, because I always thought you most definitely did.
Do you think I'm a goth person?
I thought you might have gone through a phase.
No.
Like a heavy, dark devil phase.
I like the rock star life.
You like the rockers.
For a bit.
You liked no.
For a bit, it was
the
fun.
groupie life. Let's just say what it is.
Yes, and groupies are good.
They're good.
Bands like groupies.
Well, yeah.
Listen, I'll never forget it. So MGK.
Why do they like groupies?
Listen to this, because do you know who MGK is?
No.
Machine Gun Kelly.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, that's MGK.
Yeah.
So he said on like an interview or whatever, he's like, yeah, you know what? He's like, I like groupies because, why would I want to go out with somebody who doesn't like my music? Like, they like the fact that they love their music, and like, why would they go out with anybody else? So it totally makes sense.
Appreciate them.
Yeah.
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 But did you have more of a groupie experience, like Almost Famous, where it's like, she's like, we're not groupies. We don't just have sex with the singers. We support them. Was that your experience? Or did you get left on a curb in Omaha as diesel exhaust was, and you're like, call your mom to get a plane ticket home? What really happened, Tracy?
We'll circle back on that.
We'll
go ahead.
I'm just
circle
saying,
back on that.
Being a groupie, girls, may not be all it's cracked up to be.
No, but I had some friends that were in bands, and so we would always go see shows, and that was a good time. That's the only time I used to wear like all black.
Oh, that's how we got on that.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Okay. So the first relationship, it doesn't work out. You break up with him.
Mm-hmm. I usually break up with everybody.
This is your late 20s.
Mm-hmm.
Now we get into 30s, dirty 30. Were you 30, flirty and thriving, or were the 30s a dark time?
30s, I think I was just getting started.
Just getting started as a good human, or like going through dudes?
No, more like you're 30, when you're in high school and you're young, your 20s, you don't really know what you're doing. You're like, woo. And the 30s, you're kind of like have more, information, more knowledge. You kind of feel better about yourself. And you just, I think I just dated a bunch of people. I dated a bunch of people.
Yeah. Dated is a word that also can mean a lot of different things. There's mostly dated. I dated him really hard. I just dated him one night. I dated him and then never saw him again. Yeah. There's that kind of thing.
I can barely even remember back that far. I honestly, I don't even remember. I'm trying to think of all the guys.
What's your brain at right now? Scale of 1 to 10. 10's the best brain you could ever have. Like after living the rock star lifestyle you lived, what do you give yourself right now?
I would say like my brain's at like an 8.
That's solid. But we'll get to that now. You're very healthy now.
Yes.
You are.
Yes.
We will get to that. But now we're in your 30s. Do you find another love in your 30s?
No, not really. I mean, I dated that one guy. I was in my 30s, late 30s.
What do you think scares men away from you?
Well, I usually break up with that member.
Is that really true?
Are guys scared of me?
I'm asking you.
I've been told that I am intimidating. Am I intimidating?
Okay.
What do you think? You tell me.
I have a theory. Because my wife you are not the only friend. There are many friends that are now getting into their 40s, some of them well into their 40s. They're still single. They still want love. Maybe they still want children. I don't know. I don't know if that's possible. I don't know. I'm not a doctor. But my theory is, and it's the same for men, when you go hard in your youth, I think people can sense it. And unless you find another person who's like another broken toy, I don't think it's going to work.
Oh, no.
But that's not totally true. There is just love. I also believe you could be walking down the street today and you can meet that person.
Yeah.
But I think there's a sense of like, as men, we look for the princess virgin thing, like some men do.
I could be that now.
Don't you think?
See, this is the thing is that, you grow, you change when you like grow, like I was like stupid, very stupid,
yes.
And I feel like now at age 45, I'm finally like, okay, this is who I am. This is how I am. This is, what I like. This is what you know what I mean? So when I was 30, I was different. When I was 20, I was different. You know what I mean? So it just changes.
Thank God.
I mean, I think I'm a little late in the game, honestly. But most people kind of get married and have kids in their 30s, but I'm a little late. So
the things that you have going for you, which are very strong, is you're an extremely hard worker. You're good with money. You have 3 cats.
I have 2.
You have 2 cats that don't like you. The cats don't like you.
The cats don't even
Does
like
that
me.
Does that hurt when your cat doesn't like you? Like you feed them.
I know.
Take care of them.
I don't know what's going on.
And they reject you.
Yeah.
No, honestly, I'm joking with you. I think you have incredible attributes. And maybe that is true. Maybe you meet men and they are intimidated because you are a very strong, independent woman. You have very strong thoughts.
Very active.
Very active.
I like to do a lot of stuff.
You volunteer for people with special needs, which is amazing. And you're passionate about that.
Yeah.
You're a very good golfer.
I love golfing.
You surf.
I can.
You do all these things.
Kind of surf.
No, you surf good. You just went to the ranch, Kelly Slater's ranch.
I did. Can you believe it?
You didn't sweep Kelly away from his special lady friend?
I think I saw Kelly Slater today riding his bike. Can you stand it?
I saw him once when he was riding his bike and we made eye contact and it got real weird because on my end, it got weird.
Did you get a little twinkle in your eye?
I've decided every podcast I ever do, I'm going to talk about Kelly Slater until I actually get to talk to him because he seems to come up every time.
I think he's in San Clemente today.
He's a golden goose. What can you say? He's our coastal king. It's true. No, but you do have incredible attributes. But do you have a temper, Tracy?
I don't think I have a temper. Do I have a temper?
I've heard stories that you are a bit of a live wire. And that
you are making this up.
It is not. I am not making anything up. You have a bit of a hair trigger. Is this true?
No.
Yeah.
No.
I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna eat it. This is what I'm gonna do. So no, I think maybe you need a really alpha. Have you ever dated an alpha male?
I think the last guy I dated was an alpha. But he didn't work out either because he was probably hooking up with 13 other girls at the same time.
That's what alphas do, baby.
I know.
Takes one to know one, you know. So.
Oh,
hey, hopefully the wife never sees this one. There's dirty little secrets. This is real talk. It's real talk Thursday. Am I right? I tried to hook you up with my dad's 65-year-old friend, but you said no.
What?
At the wedding. He was all about you.
Oh,
and you were
I barely remember.
You were 33 at the time, and he was
remember.
like, "Who's that tall blonde girl?" And I was like, "He's a multimillionaire. Let's hook it up." And you said, "No, screw that old dude."
I barely remember. It was so long ago.
You could have been balling right now.
Yeah,
we wouldn't be having this conversation. You'd just be.
He'd be
getting a facial. He's still alive. He almost died, but he recovered.
Oh, good.
You could have had all that.
Do you think we should hook up now?
No, he got married to a waitress who's tall and blonde.
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
You do know who I'm
yes,
talking about.
I do.
So you're into your 40s right now. What is your biggest fear?
My biggest fear is not meeting somebody. In fact, that's why I'm here today for everybody who's listening. I thought I'd come here and open myself up and put myself out there. Maybe John has however many followers. Maybe there's one in there that, that I could meet and maybe date.
But why are you? Why?
Because I never go out. I don't do anything.
Do you know what really happens in a married household? Do you know?
I know. It looks scary. It looks like everybody's trapped. No one's even really happy. I'm like,
this is what you want.
Well, it's good to have a partnership though. You know what I mean? It's even though you guys hate each other so much, I'm just kidding. I don't know what you guys do, but in marriages.
I love my wife dearly.
No, I know. Well, she loves you too. Too much. I don't know why.
That's true.
I'm just kidding. But every single relationship that I even come in contact with, I'm like, they don't even like each other. I'm like, yeah. So maybe there is a reason why.
That's what you want. You want to put the finger on it.
Well,
you still have a little girl fantasy of I want the special day when all my friends come and I get a ring and he gets down on one knee. I really want that. That would be great. I'm 45.
That is actually something that I can look forward to. Okay, a wedding. That's one of the only things that I can look forward to in my life. There's a wedding.
There's death. There's a dirt nap. The deep sleep, the long sleep.
That's probably why it's better that I've been single this whole time, because the thought of being married for 45 years sounds awful. So that's why it's better off that I'm single now, because then when I do get married, I'll only have to be married for 20 years before.
Would you marry a young guy? What if you met a dope ass 20-year-old and he was about you?
No, too young.
You wouldn't do that?
Too young.
I saw this thing on Instagram the other day. They have a whole page The dude's 18 and he met her when she was 55.
Oh, I might have seen that too.
It's really odd.
And they really like each other, right?
They love each other. He's
yeah,
like,
they like go on trips.
She's the most amazing woman I ever met. And it's just like, blah, blah, blah. But we love it when it happens the other way. Like if I could score like an 18-year-old right now that was just a smoke show, everyone would be stoked for me.
I know. Well, I think like old guys can date young girls because why wouldn't you, right? But like I'm like, if I dated a young guy, why would they want anything to do with me? You know, just like old.
Because you're badass. You're badass. That's why you're here.
Yeah, but if you could have like an 18-year-old like body.
Who gives a shit? That all goes south. Let's be honest. Like the body thing, the people trying to hold on to youth, the time fighters, give it a rest. It gets super weird. You know, you can grow old in a way that's beautiful by taking care of yourself and doing the things, you know, like okay, so let's talk about that. You work out quite a bit, don't you? I work out,
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Right? You think you'd be able to work out that much if you were married and had kids?
Probably not.
Probably not. You think you could have these awesome meals if you were married?
No, you're
kids?
right.
You think you could be on a TV show?
Oh, by the way.
Are we not allowed to talk about that?
I forgot to tell you that I thought about it. We're not allowed to talk about it. But I can...
We didn't say anything. That's the thing.
I know. I can talk about when it airs and stuff like that. But I can't tell you details.
A show that we will not give details about.
No, we can say the show.
On a major network. Tracy's going to be on it. What's the name of the show?
The show is called Holy Moly.
That's very exciting.
And it's on ABC and it airs June 17th. So you can see me and my ridiculousness.
Yeah.
I don't know which episode I'm on yet, but it airs June 17th. So
I heard you met a couple dodes on the show. I meant dudes. Is that true?
There was some guys. Yeah. What?
There were some dudes?
Yeah, there was.
Yeah, kind of. Didn't some guy like go into... Oh, wait. We're not supposed to talk about the story. We're not supposed to talk about the show.
No, we can't talk about
the show.
I don't think. But yeah, that was gnarly.
But my point is, you still got it, honey.
Yeah,
See?
Still got
You're putting it out there in the universe.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, what do you believe?
In what?
Do you believe in God?
I believe in God, yeah.
Okay.
I also believe in a higher power too.
Higher power.
I'm more like spiritual.
You're more like
not like religious.
I'm spiritual. And do you have a political affiliation?
We don't talk about politics.
We just talked about religion.
Oh, well.
About a half second ago, but you don't want to talk about politics.
No, absolutely not.
Okay, so I'll talk about it for you. I'm not gonna say it's you. But this is all I'm going to say. Look at her face. This is where we're at in this country right now.
I know, right?
Her eyes are opening up. One of her favorite things to do is discuss politics, yet she's afraid to talk about it here. Isn't that something?
I will never.
Let's just say she has a lot of strong opinions about the way the world should work.
I think everyone should just do whatever they want and mind their own business, really.
Fuck yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I hear you. All right. Well, I like that.
That's as far as I'll go.
So we find ourselves at 40. You said you're 45?
45, and I'm still single because that's just the way it goes, and that's how it happened. That's where I'm at in life.
That is.
Yeah.
And you see no pattern. You think that it's just been like, couldn't lock a guy down.
I think I don't meet a lot of guys. I mean, I think if I live somewhere else, I might meet more people. Is it California?
Yeah, California sucks.
California.
In a lot of ways, when it comes to dating, like I always imagine that my wife, first of all, she's from a small mountain town that happens to be in California that burned to the ground and no longer exists.
Yes.
But I always knew I wasn't going to meet a girl in South Orange County or in a coastal community because they look good, but I always wanted to go to like Lexington, Kentucky.
Can we talk about how lucky you are?
We're talking about
Gigi?
you.
I want to talk about how wonderful Gigi is.
I got a lot of skills.
That's what I want to talk about.
Got a lot of skills. That's how you get the ladies.
And how she ended up with you is amazing.
My wife dated a lot of people. She did.
Yeah, but she
could have had a surgeon or
I know, and she chose you. You are the luckiest man on the planet.
Yeah,
you really are.
Amen, sister. Amen.
I can't.
And we want to find somebody who treats Tracy like she is the belle of the ball, and they feel that they are the luckiest person on the planet because they get to spend the rest of their days with you.
Thanks, John.
What if you got married and like a year later you got divorced? That'd be funny.
That would probably.
And you spent like $60,000 on the wedding?
No, that would never happen because I would make sure that we were going to be together forever. Like, I don't see that happening.
Yes.
Yeah. But I'm like, if I lived in, when I go to Seattle, there's like tall guys everywhere. I mean, I haven't really been anywhere else, but like, it just seems like California, just everyone's.
So he has to be tall. Does he have to have money?
No.
So he can be broke and live at home while you go to work?
Well, so we need like ambition and motivation, and he needs to like to do things.
What if he's just an artist? What if he's an artist?
I'm not really that.
Well,
maybe opposite attract. Like I literally have no idea, but I'm more of the left brain, right brain. I'm like
I've heard of the theory.
I'm one of those.
You're you're a left brain, right brain.
I don't remember
every
which
human
I am.
being.
I'm like the the robot side.
The robot side. You like to have a schedule.
I'm not like the artist side.
You're not the artsy fartsy type. Yeah.
But I admire the artist. Like if he was like really into his art and he like, had a business out of it and he, focused on it, or, we need the motivation.
Can I talk to you about something?
They can't live at home with their parents.
We've tried to set Tracy up a couple times, maybe 3 times. And we go out, and I've stopped doing this with my wife because it never works. And I want to just tell you something that I've seen. Can I tell you? Can I tell you something? Mm-hmm. When you shut off, when you make that decision that like, this isn't the dude for me, like you go ice cold like an axe murderer. You can see it in your face. You can see it in your eyes. And everything gets very uncomfortable. You're very intense. And I've also seen you. No, don't be sad. This is okay. This is where all your power lies. This is what we're talking about. I've also seen you sometimes when you meet another woman, okay?
Okay.
And maybe you don't know each other yet. Okay. Like the same way a man will try to alpha another man. I've seen you do that with women, and it's terrifying. Are you aware that you do that?
Really?
Oh, really? Yeah.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
I did not know that. I thought it was happy and friendly. But maybe, sometimes I need to like get to know somebody. I have a little maybe trust. I need to.
Do you make the decision like that of whether or not this is going to be your friend or not going to be your friend?
Well, no, because I need to get to know them. You know what I mean? Like,
you think you get to know them?
I think so.
I think you're more of like, I don't think you judge a book by its cover. I don't think you do that, but I think you make a very strong idea very quickly about what's inside that book.
Yeah,
and you can see your wheels turning.
Maybe. What are you talking about? Who are you even talking about?
I'm talking about you, the person sitting across from me. I've seen it. I've seen you alpha the other ladies.
I think you're making it up.
You're an intense individual. I'm not making it up.
I think you're making
Stop
it up.
You stop it. We're trying to find you happiness and joy. Are you in therapy right now?
I have a therapist, yeah.
And is it beneficial?
She's my hero. Oh, yeah, absolutely. I do everything she says.
Okay. So what is the biggest benefit for people that don't go to therapy that, like, how would you sell therapy to people that don't do it?
Well, it's just an outside, opinion and professional advice, somebody who's been studying this stuff for a long time. And they just give you an outside point of view, and it just helps. I don't know. So, therapy is for some people, and it's not for others. It's just like AA's for some people. You know what I mean?
It's not for me because
obviously I don't have a problem.
Yeah. I don't have a problem. Thanks, Tracy, for telling me. Dr. Tracy.
How many beers have you had today?
0.
Really?
Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah. Okay. I'm not day drinking anymore. I'm not night drinking. I am sober.
Oh, you know what? Are you?
I am.
You are. I think I saw a post said you were like sober for 2 days.
I got a trainer, bro. Listen.
You got a trainer?
Listen. Time is different for everyone. And 5 days sober can be like 2 years for some people. And for me, when I say I'm sober for a while, it feels like I've been sober for years.
Did something happen?
Poor decisions.
Ah, God. But see, that's why Gigi is so cool, because she forgives you and she's nice to you and she lets you live your life. Like if we were married, you would have been to the curb so freaking fast. It wouldn't even be funny.
So
like I would have left you years ago.
But wait, you're speaking right now. Why do I love my wife? She gives me a very long rope. She's very forgiving and she's very nice. So you're saying that if you have a man that you marry, you're going to be a ball-crushing, dominant, ball breaker for
I
this
wouldn't
dude.
let my husband get away with everything that you do.
Well, that's the thing. She knew when she signed on, I was a sack of shit. What do you want me to say? People don't.
So you can't compare. No, you can't compare Gigi because she's different. You know what I mean? She is different, and I am different. So.
This is what I think, and I'm being totally honest.
I would rather roll around in broken glass than be married to you.
Well, Vice versa. The feeling is mutual, you terrible, terrible human. You're sitting here. I'm trying to fucking help you. Oh, yeah. And you're a nightmare. This is why you don't have a man. You're terrible.
Maybe you're
right.
You're
a bad person. No, you're not.
Maybe you're right.
Listen. There's hope for you and there's joy coming your way. And I believe that. But you're not telling the full thing. You go out on dates with guys. What happens? Do you think maybe your standards are a little too high?
If you look at my past boyfriends, no, they're not.
Okay, but I'm not saying this is true. These are real questions. In your head, do you think you're still like a 21-year-old? Or have you gone, I am a 45-year-old adult woman?
Yes.
You recognize?
Yes. Okay. And every time I tell myself, like, I'm going to find a guy, I'm going to be attracted to like the nice guy. But it's just the guys that I'm attracted to just turn out to be these just terrible guys.
Tracy,
I don't know.
You're choosing dudes the same way the 16-year-old that likes the bad boy chooses them.
I can't help what I'm attracted to though. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's what I need to change, I guess.
The guy in the leather jacket from the movie, the cliche, that dude he's not the guy that you marry. You marry the man who loves you for who you are. And like the days are growing cold. Winter is coming.
I'm getting old,
dear. And that's what this really is. I brought you here as a sort of intervention to tell you that the time is now.
That's what this is.
Yeah, life is short. Me and Gigi, my wife, who we're happily married, we decided that you needed to be the first guest because we got to find you a doe.
I am here because you guys forced me to, and I finally said yes. Because I'm trying to change my ways. So yes, if I did this the way that I wanted to, I would not even be sitting here right now. But I was like, you know what? I need to be open. I need to get out there and put myself out there because can't stay awake past like 8:30.
Listen.
I'm listening to you guys.
Lower your standards. No, I'm kidding. That's a stupid advice too. Don't lower your standards. If you're going to choose to spend the rest of your life with somebody, you want them to be the person you want. But what I'm saying is, I see a lot of women that have very high standards. We aren't that great, man. We're all trash. Human beings we all have our good parts, our bad parts. You're saying you want a dude with motivation that's over 6 foot. That's all you want. Yet you can't find a man.
I don't think that's a lot to ask for.
It's not, but I think you're lying. I think you got a lot more check boxes you want to check for a dude.
Well, that we can start with that, and then I can get to know them, and then see if.
Okay. So when you go out, when's the last date you went on? How long ago?
Oh my God, I don't even remember.
You don't remember?
The last date I went on. Oh my God. Oh well. Oh nope, can't talk about that one.
You can stay single. Staying single is
so this
rad.
is a date I went on. This girl that I actually met in Mexico when I was with that guy. Mm-hmm. We remained friends, and so we came home. She lives in Irvine, and so we kept on talking. And she's like, "Oh, I want to set you up with my boss." And I was like, "Oh, okay." So we went golfing together, but then it turns out he is like married.
Oh, yeah, married. Yeah, you should probably know if the person you're on a date with is married. Wait, hold on, let's stop. Hey, you back there in the studio, are you single? Peyton's single. Peyton's 19. Peyton's single. We got a single, hot 19-year-old back there that's ready to party. What about yourself? Are you in a relationship? He's been married. Okay, sorry. So it's 19 or a married guy. And according to what you want, you'd date either of them. If they're married, it doesn't.
No, I didn't know he was married until later.
So that part that like the radar never went off?
Because I guess like his wife lives in Colorado or something, and they're like kind of on the skirts, whatever. And I was like, you know what, I'm not interested in this.
What about the apps, the dating apps? Any success there?
Nope, I swiped
left.
Or
the sex apps, as I like to call it. Everyone's looking to get laid. That's what it's really about. Not finding love. It's about getting some ass, right?
Yes. And so if I sense that,
real talk,
we're done. I don't go for that.
Good. Yeah. I'm glad. That's good that you have that. So I swipe
left like 99% of the time.
I didn't know that I don't even know what swiping left means.
So swiping left means you're not interested, and then swiping right means you're interested.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So I want to talk about one final thing with you, Tracy.
Okay.
Okay. And first off, you're an incredibly good sport. You're a beautiful woman, and you have so many qualities that are awesome. Even though you would rather kill yourself than have been married to me, and I'm saying all these wonderful things to you, there is a man out there for you.
Is his name Oliver?
And my wife and I talk about you and your dreams and your hopes.
I know. I love you guys so much.
Who would be good for you. But I want to leave you with this. Okay? You don't want to talk about the Oliver story, I'm guessing. Oliver?
Well, we can.
Can we dabble in with about Ollie?
Yeah.
Okay. So how do you want to phrase this?
Well, I can just tell you the story because I'm not, I don't regret it. I don't think I did anything wrong whatsoever.
Okay, and you didn't do anything wrong,
right?
And you're a badass. Like, if I came across as like mocking you because you're still single and 45, that wasn't my intention. Everyone's got their own lives. I'm a piece of trash. Don't listen to anything I say. That's not the point. I want you to share this story, okay? Wait. Before you share the story, as you're telling it, I want you to think about why you might still be single as you tell the story. But go ahead, tell it.
Okay. I don't know what you're talking about, but anyways.
This is what I'm trying to say. Listen to what you're saying, the words that are coming out of your mouth as you tell this story. And then think about it.
The story that John is so excited for me to tell is one time I was looking for a date and we thought that we were like, okay, well, why don't we search online? So my friends and I were at a table and my friend finds this website. And so there's like all these like cute guys. And so you can like rent them. Okay. So just so you know, I don't know anything about this, what this is all about or whatever. I just see this guy online. He's super cute. He's, 34. He's from London. He's British. He's tall. He has like green eyes, like super cute. And I can rent him for this certain amount of money for a certain amount of hours.
Yeah, you can rent another human being.
Yeah.
And pay them money.
And he was like super hot and tall. He was like 6'4".
Sure.
I was like, well, what's this?
Sounds like a good deal.
I know. That's what I said. So I was like, okay, let's do it. So I book him or whatever. And I tell everybody because I'm like, oh, look at my date. This is who I'm bringing to my party. And I was showing everybody. I told my parents. I told everybody, thinking like, oh, this is why I don't know why everybody doesn't do this. So I book him and then I get this like crazy form saying like, oh, we don't offer like sex for money. And I was like, oh, what's this? I'm like, okay, well, good. Cause like, that's like not even really what I was looking for, I was like, okay, good. So, I signed all the forms. I put my down payment down or whatever. And then, so he shows up because we have to go to the party. And he was like super cute. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm like, okay, we're late. So let's go. So then we go and then we're driving. And then he says, so what does he say? He's all, when
I'm a prostitute, right? Is that
he's like, when are we going to play? And I was like, what? I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm like, what do you play? I was like, I'm like, why don't we just play it by ear? So I didn't know that like Escort, I didn't know like that I was hiring an escort that like you're supposed to.
Yeah, we don't call them that in the Freeman household either, do we, girls? Sorry, go ahead.
I don't know. So I rented him and he came. And so he says that and I was like, oh my God, I didn't know what was going on. I was like, oh my gosh. So then, when we went to the party and I started drinking because I'm like totally nervous and, we started making out, obviously, because he's like drop dead gorgeous.
You paid for it.
And I paid for it.
Yeah.
But that's not why I paid for it. I just paid because I wanted a date.
Sure. Yeah.
I was like,
if I'm going to get a lady, if I'm going to pay a woman to go on a date with me and I'm paying her, I just want to talk.
Literally.
That's what I do.
Literally. This is why what we've been talking about this whole podcast is like, I can't find a guy. So here I found one online. And so I was like, stoked.
So I asked you to listen to yourself as you tell the story and analyze why you're single. You did not know that the person that you paid money to go on the date was a gentleman of the night.
I swear to God.
And you're wondering why you're having a hard time.
Is it because I'm like stupid?
Nope. You're very smart. No. You're wonderful. You are wonderful, but it's just fun to me. I love hearing your stories, and that's why you're my guest.
I don't regret it. I don't mind telling everybody because I honestly didn't know what was going on.
And I believe that you did
but
know.
Now I do, and I was like,
so
oh
where's
my
Oliver
gosh.
now? Has he?
Well, so then I tried to stalk him.
Pals? Are you pen pals?
I stalked him, and I found out his real name, and I found him on Instagram, and then he blocked me.
Well, yeah, because he's got a business to run. And you were gonna.
I was going to expose him. So,
but you would have married him, wouldn't you? I know you wouldn't.
No, but I would have gone out with him again. Well, so I need to finish the story.
Reverse Pretty Woman.
So then we're making out, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is like so much fun. So then we go back home, and then he drops me off and then leaves.
Really?
And I was like, oh wait, because my time was up.
Yeah, that's how that works.
I was lost. I was lost
in
in the
whole
whole thing.
Sugar. That's the real deal. So I want to. You're amazing, and thank you for coming on my first ever podcast. And I pray to God in heaven that you come back anytime you want. And we want to keep track of your story. Tracy is the best. She deserves the best. She's an incredible human being, and we need to find her a man. Okay? Anybody who hears this or sees this, if you have a father that's over 6 foot tall and he's super fucked up, or a brother, he can be a piece of shit, but if he's over 6 foot, find her. A shot. What's your IG? DM her. What's your Instagram?
It's Tracy Y21.
Tracy Y21. Anyone over 6 foot, if you have a criminal record, maybe
he's back on track. Maybe he's doing well now. So
and I want to close with this, my lovely gem of a human, Tracy. What advice do you have for young girls? Say you're 18 and you're about to go to college. What advice would you give to them?
I would just give them the advice, just do what you want. Do what you want, because if you don't learn it then, you'll learn it later.
That's some real talk.
And that's the way it's supposed to be. So just have fun, do what you want, because you can always make it up later.
Wow. See, that's you're not going to hear that from mom and dad, are you?
Yeah.
So just go big or go home.
Go for it. Yes, absolutely.
Snort it, party it, do it.
Do whatever you want.
Do whatever you want. I love it. It's America. This isn't Russia.
Yeah.
No. We're free people.
That's right.
Tracy, you're the best.
Well, thanks for having me.
Can I get a fist bump from you? I would never want to be married to you. You're dumb.
Sorry. I didn't mean to say that.
No, it's all right. I wouldn't. I don't like you at all.
Thanks for having me, though.
I'm so glad you came on, and you really are the best, and you are an open book.
I don't think anyone wants to hear a whole hour.
Can I tell you something? One more? No, I do.
Hmm.
And that's all that matters.
Okay,
it's my show. Listen, one last thing. When I met you, I didn't like you.
Really?
I was like, yeah, this one. I don't know about this one.
Well, I was probably mean to you.
Yeah. That happens,
yeah.
you know.
I had to make sure, I'm like Gigi's bodyguard.
Yeah. You're like a pit bull that you bring home.
I will protect Gigi until
it
I
only
die.
likes certain people. But I want to say to you, you have become one of my favorite human beings, and I think the sky is the limit for you. And I mean that, and you're the best.
Thanks. I love you guys too.
Okay. Call Tracy, help her, find a friend, an uncle, a cousin, a brother, a street person, whoever. Just over 6 feet, we're good to go. All right. Take care. That was the first episode of my show. I don't have a name for it yet. Send submissions to @JonathanWayneFreeman.com. That's my Instagram name. I hope you enjoyed the show, and God bless you, Tracy.
Thanks, Sean.
All right, I hope you stay alive for a little bit longer so you find love and happiness.
I only have a few years left, but thanks.
How's your heart? Is it okay?
It hurts.
I meant literally, how's your heart?
It's black.
Like,
it's cold.
No,
cold
I meant,
black.
is the blood working? Like your actual cholesterol levels, because you're old as shit.
It's good. That's good. I think I have a tumor in my breast, but that's another. We'll save that for the next podcast.
We'll close on that. If you want a 45-year-old single woman with a tumor in her breast, I
only have a few years left.
It may or
DM me.
It may or may not be malignant. Go ahead and give her a jingle jangle. She parties hard.
I do not.
No, partying means different things.
Oh, okay, yeah.
She's got 2 cats.
I like to have fun.
She likes to have fun. She has 2 cats.
Yeah.
All right. Good times. That's it.